Orange chicken is, I think, my soulmate.
When did I become such a blackie?
Rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word.
You are a disrespectful piece of...
Hey girls, welcome to another Amberlynn video. We all know what to expect at this point. Amber being dramatic and making every bad decision she can possibly make. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you. Also, there's a Discord server for this channel linked in the description and pinned comment if you'd like to come chat or hang out. Feel free to comment your thoughts or feedback below. I respond to all of you. Thank you for your support, and let's get into the video. This video.
Hello, welcome to a new vlog. I know I've been MIA. I just don't, I don't know. I feel like I have a million things to say, but are any of them worth saying?
She has finally cursed us with her presence. And yes, please keep all of those thoughts to yourself. Only 1% of them are actually interesting. She continues talking about her hair, takes Twinkie for a walk.
Y'all, I'm just noticing that every single day I am improving my stamina and I love it. I think everyone's favorite question is like, how do you do it? It's really just me pushing myself to do more.
Who asked that question? I would genuinely like to know.
So I'm feeling a little hungry. I noticed that a lot of the foods that I'm eating lately, very high in sodium. Here's a beautiful example of that. My favorite freaking pickle ever.
She realizes her diets are really high in sodium and then just continues eating that way anyways. She makes me want to rip my hair out. Screaming, crying, throwing up.
I need like a meal though, because that's having one pickle, that's not gonna sustain me. So I think I'm gonna have this pesto tortellini. It's the Great Value brand.
Is she looking to be sustained though? Or is she just looking to be satisfied by the sensation of eating food? She played bingo.
So my sweet angel baby is currently in the sink, because while Mama was gone, she got into something and I literally can't figure out what it is at all. But she has green all over her face. I'll post a picture here so you guys can see. But what is this green on you? What is it?
Poor girl, she's so cute. I just hope Amber is actually taking care of her. We've seen the neglect in the past.
We gotta get it off. Are you Mama's good girl? Oh, come here. Oh, it's okay. I don't know what was green.
Okay, never mind. I said in the past, but we can see the neglect right here. This pisses me off so much. If you're not going to take care of yourself, at least take care of your pets. They love you unconditionally no matter what, and all they deserve is love back from you. Go get some dog nail trimmers and trim that poor girl's nails. Or better yet, go pay for her nails to get trimmed, since we know that all you're spending your money on is stuffing your face and gaining 20 pounds at 2 a.m. Amber talks about how Twinkie has really bad joint pain. It's no wonder when she can't even fucking walk correctly because Miss Perfect self-obsessed Lynn over here can't get off her ass for 10 minutes to trim her pet's nails and stop neglecting them. Twinkie's nails look better than they have in the past, but that's no reason to put off trimming them.
We gotta figure it out. Y'all, the last episode, the finale of Squid Game, the challenge is up and I'm so excited.
Okay, so she didn't find what Twinkie got into? Great that she's just leaving that unsolved.
So I think I'm gonna have a couple drinks. I am an adult. We're fine, folks. I know people are worried. There's nothing to be worried about. I'm sorry that I ever gave that impression. There was a moment where I felt like I was turning to alcohol and I'm really not, because I noticed if I'm in a bad mood, I'm not gonna drink. I've talked about this before.
Says the addict. I don't know what gave her the impression that you have to drink only when you're in a bad mood to be considered an alcoholic. She talks about having a short attention span with most things except a couple shows.
Speaking of YouTube video, Chantel, her new video, I am obsessed, saying how she lied about her weigh-in. That's the type of energy we need in this community because, oh my God, people, I can't. Everyone wants me and Chantel to be bigger than what we really are. And it's like, y'all, we're already big. Trust me, you already have that on us. So you don't need to make us even bigger than we already are.
Yeah, we need the energy of Amber lying to her audience even more than she already does. And again, it's not that people want them to be bigger, it's that people assume they are bigger because they're both pathological liars and can't keep their lies straight. Also, Chantel does not like Amber. Amber is just desperate for a buddy online that will jump into her defense whenever she calls.
So I'm gonna go get me a buzz ball from my fridge. I'm gonna crack it open. I'm gonna start this episode. I'm so freaking excited. Cheers.
Everybody here.
Alcoholic, calling it now. She'll come back with that diagnosis if she ever goes to see a therapist again. She definitely needs one.
Just have to be on guard.
Form these bonds.
Honestly, today has been a weird pasta day for me. I don't really usually have this much pasta, but your girl's craving carbs. So I'm currently just boiling some elbow pasta here.
Having some white girl pasta. Every meal she has sounds like what I had to do when I accidentally dropped my open ramen seasoning on the ground and tried to add shit to make it taste good without the seasoning, and I almost threw up.
I don't know what it is, but I'm just like not on track at all in any sort of way. And I was actually thinking about going back to 1 meal a day, which is what I was doing when I lost 30 pounds in just 1 month. Like that genuinely works for me so well.
It does work if you can stick to it more than a week and the meal is actually nutritionally filling. Exercise is also a thing.
All right, so here is my pasta. I promise it might not look the greatest, but it tastes so good.
She could eat my shoe and say it's good.
So I'm sure there's plenty to come for me for in this video, but I think I own like 3 spoons and they're dirty. I really didn't feel like cleaning them, so I'm literally eating my pasta with a measuring spoon. Yes, I am.
It takes more effort to do that than to just wash a damn spoon. Or just go buy spoons. We know that her second home is at Walmart.
I cook a lot for 1 person because I'm used to cooking for 2 people. But one thing I am proud of, like a few years ago, like I would have made too much, ate the whole thing, but this is how much that I am saving for tomorrow. Maybe it's because like for me, it's satisfying knowing like I can stop myself now from eating the whole thing, whereas years ago, your girl would have ate this whole bowl.
She just binged on Taco Bell at 2 a.m. I don't think that's a very good example of her stopping herself from eating. We need to make a list of things that have changed about Amber from 4 years ago when she was her heaviest. It's going to be a very short list.
I'm currently on my 3rd buzz ball, just kind of enjoying the night.
Kidney and liver failure waiting to happen, especially since she's had kidney issues before. She talks about live streaming and then talks about her dating life.
I know a lot of people want tea, which I have tea, especially like my dating life. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have been talking to people, but like, I don't think I'm open for a relationship right now. Unless like, you know, I fall in love or I'm just like, oh my God, this person is so perfect, you know?
I don't think we know. How can we tell what Amber falling in love means when she falls in love with everyone that's sweet to her for more than a day over messages? Also, I hope she realizes that talking to new friends isn't the same as having a dating life.
But I actually love living by myself. So even if I got into a relationship, I don't want to like have a live-in relationship. I want to experience being in a relationship with someone where it's like we go on dates and like you drop me off at my house, or like I have days where I'm able to miss you, like dating, like true dating. Like I don't want a live-in girlfriend because that's what I've been doing since I was 18 and I'm fixing to be 33 on the 27th.
So basically, she wants it to be like most normal relationships. I do think it would actually be good for her to do that kind of dating instead of rushing into things. But I also just don't think she should be dating. Anyone she dates comes out traumatized.
And it's like, I want to experience like continuously living on my own and taking care of homely responsibilities by myself and just being like independent in that way.
Girl couldn't wash a spoon. Just saying.
I have a bad habit of making my partners my whole life. I mean, even in like talking stages, I tend to do that as well. And I want to blame it on my BPD because as you guys know, I was diagnosed borderline personality disorder. Like I want to blame it on that. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to like separate your true self with, is this just like my mental illness? Deep down, I know that like I have a big heart and I tend to love people very strongly. That's just like who I am at my core.
I don't think she loves people very strongly. I think she needs people to validate her very strongly. I would not call her relationship with Becky loving. Every time they did anything together, it was her choice of where to go. When they did hang out with Becky's friends, Eric and Ricky, a lot of the time, she'd have a bitchy attitude because a lot of attention was on the friends instead of Amber. Amber also, in a way, eventually isolated Becky from everyone, which is emotional abuse. With Crystal, you could tell Amber was very pushy to make her be on camera, even though she was shy and didn't want to be. That wasn't loving. Her and Destiny were probably the closest thing to a normal relationship I've seen with her, and that's not saying much. Amber was a control freak, and Destiny wasn't afraid to call it out, which is probably one of the reasons that relationship didn't work out. With Feline, we really didn't see much. I'm sure that controlling aspect of Amber was still there though. And the fact that Amber moved on in a couple weeks from her quote-unquote favorite person, Feline, who was hoping to get back with her, and then chose to ignore said favorite person for weeks to talk to the online person she fell in love with in 2 days.
There's just so much like hate in the world, and I'm just not that girly. I've never been that girly, and I know a lot of you dislike me because of things I've done or said in the past, and it's just like, overall as a whole, I have changed a lot. Why am I getting emotional? I owe a big thanks to my ex. I feel like I am super immature in a lot of ways. I'm very childish, but she helped ground me a little bit, and I feel like I matured in certain aspects for sure.
I would just love for her to go back and watch those moments that people really dislike her for and just address them without throwing in the mental illness excuse. It would be so interesting to watch her face the things she's done and take accountability, especially if she supposedly feels bad enough to cry about it right now. I also don't think it's right to call everything she's done childish either. A lot of it is worse than just childish. I know you have to move on from the past at some point, and Amber has changed in some ways, but there's also a lot of things that just haven't changed whatsoever. And I think that's what a lot of us are here for. You could leave the Amberverse for a year and come back, and everything would feel the exact same.
I'm always going to be childish, and I'm always going to troll online, but it's never out of like illness. It's never like ill. What is that saying? It's never like in an ill way, like a bad way. It's always just coming from like, hi, I'm a troll and I like to be stupid sometimes, you know?
Ill will or ill intention. I don't even think it's the trolling that people have the biggest issue with. People are just so dumbfounded and frustrated by how delusional she is and how stuck in a cycle she is. The trolling just amplifies it. It proves that she's aware of what she's doing, but she doesn't care enough or doesn't have enough willpower to fix it. Not to mention all of the just straight up shitty things she's done to people in her life.
I have went back and I've watched videos from like 2019, 2017. I had no filter back then, like to the point of like, I even shocked myself with some of the things that I said. And I really feel like that's a big reason why people stuck around, because it's like I shared the craziest things, and now it's like those things that I shared then I would never share now, and I feel like it's causing like a big disconnect, and I literally hate that.
That's fair, and I think it's good for her to notice that. The self-reflection here is actually very refreshing. I just wish she would actually use it to better herself. About her always oversharing. I guess that kind of did set a pretty high bar as far as entertainment goes. And now that she no longer shares crazy shit, we've all gotten bored. She talks about struggling to find a balance between the old videos we prefer and her new videos now.
I think it's just like, we all need to be patient. I need to be patient with myself. I need you guys to be patient with me. I know my content is very few in between.
The inconsistent uploads aren't even the main issue. If anything, I would say she's uploading too much. Instead of taking the time to create good, entertaining videos, she just puts out a ton of random videos of her doing nothing. She completely misses the point we're trying to make.
I want to go back to like every other day, and it's like I just actively find myself feeling super self-conscious about what I'm filming, what I'm saying. I don't like that feeling at all. So it prevents me from filming, and I really hate that.
I genuinely believe that it would be good for her to take a break from YouTube, get a job that gets her out of her apartment for a bit, find a new doctor and therapist, get back on medication, and just get her damn life on track. I beat myself up for having unproductive days. I can't imagine how exhausting it must be having unproductive years. She just has to fucking do something. She wakes up and talks about her hair for 2 minutes. She talks about her perfume for a straight minute.
People are assuming that I have a boyfriend. No, I am not interested in men. But in a recent video, I said that I'm talking to people. And just because I said the word people instead of saying like I'm talking to women or girls, people just automatically assume that meant I'm talking to a man. That's not what that means.
Of course she used clickbait like that, but to be fair, you do kinda have to do that sometimes for YouTube, so don't hate the player, hate the game. Could you imagine if Amber came back and told us she has a boyfriend? The Amberverse would finally get entertaining again. Talks about podcasts.
I do have them on ×2 speed because that is how I watch literally everything because my attention span is so bad.
That's how I have to watch Amber so that I can watch her for as little time as possible. Now she talks in circles for 5 minutes, hinting about a piercing instead of just telling us what the fuck it is. And by the end of her ramble, she still doesn't tell us what it is. She just keeps repeating shit like this.
And it's probably not going to be a big deal to all y'all, but it's just something that I have wanted for literally so long. But there's another like low-key piercing, like it's low-key. I've been wanting for so long, but I've just been scared because I don't like needles. I've honestly never felt like I maybe deserve this new piercing. It's kind of like putting glitter on a pile of poop. But I have been feeling more self-love for myself, and I have been caring for myself more, and I have been feeling more confident, and I don't feel like a pile of poop anymore. I feel like maybe, a new piercing would be fun. I got the fairy hair. Who knows what's next?
Posting thirst traps for months and liking her own posts on TikTok totally shows us how low she thinks of herself. Girl, it's a fucking piercing. We already know you're obsessed with yourself. Go get the damn piercing and stop pretending that this is deep. When I was 10 or younger, I got my first ear piercing, and I probably did it because my mom's earrings looked cool and I wanted some. When I was a 13-year-old pick-me-girl narcissist, I finally gained the confidence in myself to love myself and get another ear piercing. Like, fuck no. I was a little judgmental, rude, argumentative, narcissist pick-me-girl ass bitch, and I wanted 2 shiny things on each ear instead of 1. You don't have to make up some deep thing for getting a piercing. You want a piercing, period. So go get the fucking piercing.
What did you just say, Amber?
I said my nose is gonna be sore for days.
And what else? You scaredy cat?
Stop. Yes.
Tell them.
I'm nervous, Mom. They know. I already talked to them about it.
Oh, I bet you did.
You guys, it's done. And my mom is a hater. She just doesn't get piercings, but I'm obsessed. Oh my God, it was just a great time. We did it. And I actually really like it a lot. What do you guys think?
Ah yes, it does appear to be a piercing. A normal ass piercing that shouldn't need 5 minutes of lead up for a reveal. It looks fine. It's cute.
So we're at Panda Express. I got chow mein and the broccoli with beef because I'm obsessed with the broccoli. So good.
She's so obsessed with broccoli, guys. I don't know why she can't just go to Walmart and pick up a pre-made salad for lunch or something. Especially if she's so obsessed with vegetables.
So I think what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna go to this place. It's literally right across from us, the Delta 8. So it's a smoke shop. I think I'm gonna get some Delta 8.
Does she genuinely just not care about her health? Because she's about to combine a food addiction, an alcohol addiction, a gambling addiction, and now a Delta 8 marijuana addiction. I just don't know how her brain tells her these things are good ideas. Oh, and that's on top of all of her other physical and mental health issues.
So this is my Delta haul. She shouldn't even be holding this. My mom is sober of everything. Like, she doesn't do anything. She doesn't even drink.
So Amber is fully aware that she is currently putting her mom's past addictions right in front of her. And Amber is so happy about it too. I think they're just enabling each other at this point. I do genuinely hope Mama Lynn stays sober, and good for her. But this relationship currently seems dangerous for both of them. That may sound dramatic, but addictions are no joke.
So this is the Delta. I've never actually had this brand before, but look at how cute this is.
Cute. This isn't a cute, quirky thing. It may not be as bad as some other drugs, but it's still something that you have to handle carefully and responsibly. And Amber is over here thinking it's cute.
And then for free, he was like, you can have this. I got you. I was like, oh, okay. Delta 8 liquid?
They go to another store. She talks about washing her piercing, which I forgot she even got because it's so unimportant.
It's been such a good day, and while I was in the piercing place, I actually was recognized a few times. So if you guys are watching, hello, hello.
She says she met some fans at the piercing place, and there was a weird coincidence that she'll explain in a second.
So I've been talking to someone on Instagram, like, who wants to hang out, and we've been, I don't know, it's just been a little bit of time. They want to hang out, and I felt like good vibes from them. Like, I've had a lot of people reach out to me and say, like, let's hang out and stuff, and it's like, I always feel kind of weird about that because I'm just like a weird girly, so like I never respond. but I responded to them.
That's not weird. By not responding to fans they want to meet in person, she's actually doing the not weird thing. Parasocial relationships can form from fans being obsessed towards who they're watching, and the best thing for Amber to do is either ignore them or say no thanks. I don't blame her there. But she is talking to this specific fan about meeting up, which I think could get weird. She just needs to be careful. I still don't know why she doesn't understand that anyone can act a certain way online.
One of the people that I was recognized by today was like, oh my god, can I get a photo? Like, my friend is obsessed with you. Y'all, short story short, the friend that we're talking about is the literal person that I'm talking to on Instagram, because they ended up messaging me and they're like, oh my god, you met my really good friend. And I was like, oh my god. Like, if that's not a sign that we need to meet, like, I know you're watching, hi. If that's not a sign we need to meet at least one time, then I don't know what is.
It's okay to run into a fan or viewer, but organizing a one-on-one meeting with them can get weird. I just hope they're similar in age to each other, at least. She just continues talking about it a bit more after this. She cleans her piercing and gives a boring haul.
I got some hoop earrings because I'm a hoop girly. I mainly got it for the middle, but they were only $5, so I was like, you know what? This is totally worth it, so.
I think we can also say she has a shopping addiction. Just add it to the list. No pun intended. She talks about ordering ramen, which Feline used to order all the time.
Did I think of my ex while eating this? Yes. But have I cried? No. Would I have cried a month ago? Yes. So I am making progress. I know a lot of people don't get it, don't understand. And I just feel like it's kind of dumb that I have to even like say that or reiterate that, but we're all different folks, and little things remind me of big memories, and memories that used to make me want to cry. Now they don't.
I guess I can understand it. I still think it's dramatic, but I can understand that breakups are hard. Like I've said before though, I think she should stop mentioning it online. She's not being very mature about it.
Twinkie, what was green? What was green on your face? Everyone's wondering. What was it?
Pylord in the Discord server pointed out that Twinkie's eyes are looking a bit cloudy. She is getting old, but I just hope she has a happy life under Amber's care. Although Amber still isn't doing everything correctly to take care of her. Twinkie deserves a happy, peaceful rest of her life, just like all good doggos.
So everyone was asking, why is my dog turning green? Y'all, it is so dumb. Remember the pesto I had earlier in the day? I am so good about cleaning up my mess because I don't like a dirty apartment. That's not how I am. You guys know that. You guys watch my videos. I just don't like a dirty apartment.
We've seen her just leave dirty bowls or trash sitting around before. And now she wants to pretend like it's a rare occurrence.
But when I ate that, I was kind of in a rush and I actually left my bowl on the coffee table. And while I was gone, Twinkie did get into it. And she's fine though. She didn't get sick. Her bowel movements are normal and everything like that. But thank you guys so much for like reaching out and being like, oh my god, is she okay? Because I was literally so confused. And then I found the trash. And I said, oh, my fault, my mistake. I am only human, I'm not a robot. I try my very best to take care of my babies. You guys know they're my literal heart and soul.
Okay, so she only started actually looking for the problem when people started reaching out to her. Good to know. She found the pesto in the trash, which means she left it out, Twinkie got into it and probably moved it around, and then Amber had to pick up the misplaced, disturbed pesto and still didn't realize that's what Twinkie got into until after it was in the trash for a while. That doesn't sound like she was too concerned with finding the issue. Also, very quick and easy search, pesto can be toxic to dogs. And that's just dogs in general, not tiny dogs. Which means Twinkie could have consumed a toxic amount much easier than a large dog would. And Amber just says, oh, she's fine. No vet visit, not even a call to see if there's anything specific she needs to do. If you're gonna fuck up your own health, fine, but at least take care of the pets that love you unconditionally no matter what you do. Amber just brushes aside the fact that her mistake almost poisoned Twinkie, and then she didn't even call to ask a professional if she would be okay. Let's also not forget the fact that Twinkie is an elderly dog, even more fragile than just a dog in general. It's just so frustrating.
But anyways, I'm gonna go. I hope that you guys did enjoy this vlog, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!
That's the end of this video. I'm sorry if any of these feel repetitive. Amber just has a very repetitive life. She starts doing good for a while, and then she completely destroys her own progress. over and over again. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you. There's a Discord server linked in the description and pinned comment if you'd like to come chat or hang out. Feel free to leave me a comment with your thoughts or feedback below. I respond to all of you. I hope you have a great day. Bye!